Welcome to Math Plus, where math makes sense. This is a practice video. We will be practicing how to subtract fractions with unlike denominators. Make sure you've watched the lesson video. The link is above. It's called How to Subtract Fractions with Unlike Denominators. In that lesson, you'll learn everything you need to do and then come back and we'll practice together. We will complete 3 different equations. I want you to look at the equation, subtract it, and then simplify your answer. I set up some helper things over to the right, which you saw in the lesson video. Pause your video, work it out, and then come back and watch me go over and see how you did. Now, when we subtract fractions, and even when we add them with unlike denominators, the number one rule, adding and subtracting fractions, is the denominator has to be the same. One is a 12 and one is a 3. We have to make them the same. So we do that by creating equivalent fractions. We're going to make an equivalent fraction there and an equivalent fraction there. Now, how do we find a common denominator? In the lesson video, she used multiplication strips, and in the description, there is a link there where you can print off a multiplication chart and make your own strips, or you can just look at that. You can laminate it, find the like denominators, and then use them. But what we're going to do here, let's say you don't have that available to you. What do? Off to the side, you're going to write down your multiples. Now, I'm only going to write a 12 there, only because my multiples of 3, 6, 9, 12, I knew that because I know my multiples, especially the low numbers, and 12 is the common multiple. So I don't have to change this one. This one will stay the same, 7/12. I do have to find an equivalent fraction for 1/3, and I need to make that denominator a 12. What do I need to multiply 3 by to get to 12? And that's a 4. Whatever I do to the denominator, I need to do to the numerator. So 4 times 1 is 4. Now my new subtraction equation is 7/12 minus 4/12. My denominators are the same, so I can subtract them. And I want to put my denominator there first because I don't want to forget not to change that, okay? And then at the top, it's 7 minus 4 is 3. Now it does say up here, simplify. I know that 3 divided by 3 is 1. And I know that I can divide the denominator by 3 as well. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 4/12, or 3/12 right here, sorry about that, is equal to 1/4. So the answer to this, after all of that work, 7/12 minus 1/3 equals 1/4. That was a lot of work. Give yourself a big pat on the back if you got that right. Let's do another one. Solve the equation. Make sure you simplify if it needs to be. It may not. Pause your video and then come back and we'll work it out. My denominators are not the same, and I am subtracting. I'm double checking everything. I need to find an equivalent fraction for 8/10 and for 4/8. Now, I know that both of them are equal numbers, so I know that I can find something that they're both equivalent to. If I'm going to start with my bigger denominator, just because I know 10, 20, 30, and 40. I will get to 40. 8 times 5 is 40. So we're going to use 40 as our least common multiple, common denominator for both of these. 10 times 4 is 40. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 5 is 40. And 4 times 5 is 20. Those are big numbers that we're working with. So 8/10 becomes 32 over 40. And then our 4/8 becomes 20 over 40. Now we're subtracting, so that's a good thing, right? Our number will get smaller, our numbers. 32 minus 20 equals 12. And we have our denominator stays the same. I know that both of these are equal. They're not divisible by 5. I know that because this one ends with a 0. This one ends with a 2. I know they're both equal. So what can I simplify that? What multiple can I divide them both by? I'm going to try 4. I'm going to divide both of them by 4. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. And 40 divided by 4 is 10. So the answer is 3/10. Now, I've talked about this before in other practice videos. What if I went over here and I divided them both by 2? I would have ended up with 12 divided by 2. I'm going to put the answer up here. 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 40 divided by 2 is 20. And what I would find out, is I can still divide by 2 again. And it's okay to do that. If you have to take 2 steps, it still comes out with the same answer. So if you don't get it small enough and you see that you can simplify it again, just do it again. Not a big deal. Last one, subtract the fractions and then simplify your answer. Pause the video and then come back. I have 2/3 minus 2/5. They are not equal, or they don't have the same denominator, so I'm going to have to find equivalent fractions. And I am thinking 5, 10, 15. The reason I go for the larger number is because obviously if I start counting by 3s, I'm going to write a lot more numbers. So I tend to go to the larger one first. It's just my way that I do it. And I know that 3 times 5 is 15. So that is a common multiple. So our common multiple, which will make our denominators the same, 5 times 3 is 15, and 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 5 is 15, and 5 times 2 is 10. So our answer is 10/15 minus 6/15, and we're going to keep our denominator the same, and we have 10 minus 6 is 4. And I know that this is as simplified as it can get, because 4 is an even number and 15 is an odd number with an odd number in the ones place. And so 4 over 15 is the answer. And all of that will make sense the more you do it. Make sure you go to the description. I know I say this every time I have a practice video, but I always go and find worksheets for you that you can just hit that button, print them off, and practice. And the neat thing is those worksheets come with the answers. Let's say that you practice and you're finding that you're having trouble finding multiples, then go back into the playlist. It's always at the end of the video, and go in the playlist and you will find a video that says how to find common multiples, and practice doing that. Find out where it is that you need that practice and go back and re-watch videos so that you will master this. You can do it.